Welcome to the Lose Your Big Ass Stomach podcast. I'm your host, Jay Jackson, and my mission here is to help you get rid of that big ass stomach and take back control of your health so that you can look and feel your best by being the best version of yourself, mentally and physically, while destroying the mediocre agenda society is trying to brainwash you into, and breaking our families' generational curses of being unhealthy by being a healthy and fit role model. It's time to set a new standard. It's time to set a new standard of living. If you find the podcast helpful, be sure to hit that follow button because that helps us build a movement. Let's go. Guys, I want to talk about this topic around drinking alcohol while on your weight loss journey. One, because while I was doing a podcast earlier this week, one of my coaching clients who's down over 20 pounds now, shouts out to Rashmi. She had commented, she was like, what about alcohol and losing weight? You know, and it just stuck in my mind, you know, but I had already had a couple of other podcasts pre-planned. And so I want to get to this because this is a really good topic, you know, because I know a lot of people enjoy drinking alcohol. So I'm about to, you know, I got some good and bad news for you. I got some good and bad news, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a coach, but I still drink a little bit of alcohol here and there too. All right. My favorite, old fashioned with the Woodford Reserve. That's your boy. All right. So if you ever go to the bar, you out and about, and you know you hear somebody say old fashioned Woodford Reserve, yeah. Now you gonna be thinking about me. You be like, damn, that's what Coke be drinking, man. That's what he be drinking. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, there's some do's and don'ts to this. All right. First off, I'm not condoning that you drink alcohol all the time because alcohol is poison, guys. It is poison. I know, even though the world we live in, especially in the United States, a lot of people celebrate, you know, being fat by drinking alcohol on the weekends. And some folks, they celebrate drinking alcohol every evening. You know, they drink alcohol or wine every single evening of the week. Guys, you can't do that, man. Especially if you're already having a hard time losing weight. You can't do it because whether you know it or not, believe this or not, alcohol has calories. Yes. Alcohol has calories. I know some of y'all may not know what a gram is, but for each gram of alcohol is 7 calories. That's a lot of motherfucking calories for 1 gram of alcohol, guys. It's almost like the folks who be eating a whole bunch of avocados and nuts like almonds and cashews. And they be like, damn, I don't know why I can't lose no weight. I love eating me some cashews and trail mix. But you don't realize 1 gram of fats, because those are healthy fats, right? The cashews, the guacamole, the avocados. 1 gram of fat is 9 calories. 1 gram of fat is 9 calories. That's why I be saying if your ass ain't tracking, you slacking. Because, guys, I'm not gonna make this about fats, but if you just track inside of MyFitnessPal, and some of y'all, you be eating all this peanut butter, just put in 2 or 3 tablespoons of peanut butter. That's how much some of y'all be putting in y'all smoothie. You go see how much more calories you're actually eating just from the peanut butter. This is what some of y'all are doing with the alcohol. You drinking your Simply Lemonade on the weekends. You like, hey, bring some of that tequila over here. Bring some of that vodka over here. More calories. You are the Simply Lemonade already have about 200 something calories in it. Now you pouring on more gas, more gas to the fire because the alcohol has even more calories. And so you having a hard time losing weight because, listen, whenever we drink alcohol, our body has to go through a filtration process because our body is not dumb, y'all. It knows that, hey, we can't keep this inside the body because our body won't work efficiently, okay? And so it has to process and filter out all the alcohol, the poison. And so what does that do? That blunts the process for being able to burn body fat. That means our body, I hate using words like the metabolism, because I know some people don't know what the hell metabolism means, but it just means it takes our body longer to break down the essential nutrients that it's supposed to be breaking down. The proteins, the carbs, the fats, because it has to prioritize now getting this poison out of our body, getting the alcohol out. And so if you somebody, you 20, 30, 50, 100 pounds overweight, and you drinking every motherfucking day or every weekend, guys, you shooting yourself in the foot. Because your body is not even, it can't even get to burning off the calories from the food. It got to burn off the calories from all the alcohol you've been drinking. And not only that, I don't know about y'all, but I used to drink a lot more than what I do now back in the days in my early 20s. You know, your boy out here in Atlanta, I used to be out here, man. I used to be going to the bars and the clubs, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You got the day party on Sunday. Then on Thursday, we out party, kicking it. Monday is something to do too. And, you know, living life. But I used to always find myself at the end of the night, low willpower. I even got to the point where I was like, man, I'm not gonna be eating the junk food no more after we leave the bars and the clubs. But when you drink alcohol, something interesting that happens. Before you started drinking, you had all this willpower in the world. You're like, man, I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. After you drink a little bit of alcohol, hour pass, 2 hour pass, 3 hour pass. You be like, you know what? It'll be all right to go to McDonald's tonight. It'll be okay to go over to Waffle House today. Man, that gas station food don't sound that bad tonight, man. It's like it just make your whole perspective change about the shit you know you're not supposed to eat because it lowers your willpower. You be like, yeah, man, you know, I think I'm going to go ahead to the gas station and get me a couple of Oreos. I'm going to go on over to McDonald's and get me a cheeseburger and a French fry. Matter of fact, make it a large French fry. That will be happening because it lowers our willpower. All right? And among other things, it clouds our judgment, you know. But yeah, so it's very, very important that you if you're going to do it, you got to do it in moderation, man. And some of y'all, you don't need to do it at all because some of y'all, you have alcohol addictions, but a lot of people are not aware that if you're having a challenge with losing weight, you may also have a food addiction. And so you battling two addictions. And you like, man, I don't know why I can't lose no weight. Man, I love my food. I love my sweet teas. I love my lemonade. I love my alcohol. You got all these different vices. It makes it extremely hard. Guys, it's like, can you imagine somebody who's strung out on cocaine or something like that? And they weed themselves off of it, but you have a nutritionist say, hey, you can get you a little bump here and every now and then. What the hell you think go happen to that person who on that coke? They be like, man, I can't just do this one time. Man, I gotta do it every day. Then they relapse. They go right back into their old ways. And so you gotta know yourself. You gotta know if somebody like myself, when I first started weaning myself off of alcohol, I had to go cold turkey. I couldn't dabble. That's what a lot of folks be doing. They be dabbling. They do a little bit here, they do a little bit there, and then they fall back into their old habits. I'm not that kind of person. I got to go cold turkey. And then once I built the habit and the discipline of not needing the alcohol, years later, now I can drink old-fashioned once a week, maybe twice a week, and I'll be good. Because one of my whole things is I don't want to just look good. You know, I don't want to just have my clothes fit good. I look good when I take my clothes off. I want to feel good. And that was one of my biggest things. I used to drink so much alcohol, I had acid reflux all the time. I used to be waking up at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, esophagus burning, can't go back to sleep, eyes tearing up. I'm like, well, what is going on? Brain fog. Like my body was working against me. That's what happened to some of y'all. Your body is working against you because you're putting this poison into your body way too often, way too frequently. And so you got to go through a process of filtering all these bad habits out of your lifestyle, man. Otherwise, what's going to happen if you keep going on the same path that you're on right now? If you keep these habits of drinking alcohol all the time, every weekend, in excess, you're abusing it. Some of y'all are abusing it. And it's like, hey, y'all ever just talk to an alcoholic and the alcoholic be like, nah, I'm okay, ain't nothing wrong. Of course they gonna say that. They're a goddamn alcoholic. But you have to get outside perspective from somebody who actually care. And they go, hey man, look, you drinking a little too much. You know, you did it on Friday, but damn, you going right back on Saturday. You drinking a couple of beers plus a couple of shots. Come on, man, that's too much. You trying to lose weight, ain't you? You're trying to keep your health, right? You don't want to have liver disease and stomach cancer and shit like that. You gotta cut this back. And some of y'all, you need to have a complete lifestyle change. If you want your life to change, you want to feel better, you want to look better, you want to be a better role model for the people who love and care about you, man, it got to be some sacrifices somewhere. And you got to be disciplined with the sacrifices. And I'm not saying, well, for some people, it might just be for the rest of your life, you don't drink no alcohol. There's some people. But other people, you may need to go through a certain time period, a certain season in your life, because sometimes certain things happen for certain seasons in your life. Like I remember when I went broke earlier on in my 20s, and I was like, man, this is a season where I'm getting locked in and focused. Damn all that partying. I ain't partying no more. It's time for me to get focused. I don't want to be broke no more. And so I went through a season of grind. Some of y'all, you're 30, 50, 100 pounds overweight. You're not happy. Your body feeling banged up, beat up. And some of y'all be in y'all 30s getting on these game plan calls with me. You be looking like you're in your damn 50s and 60s. I be like, damn, you 34 years old? You the same age as me, but you look like you're 20 years older than me. That weight makes you look older. That weight, it ages you so much faster, guys. Some of y'all, if you just lose 20 pounds, 30, 40, 50 pounds, man, you'll look a decade younger. Like decades younger. And even that alcohol, man, alcohol is brutal. Some of y'all, you drink alcohol so much, it makes you age so much faster. Again, it's poison. Like, when I stopped drinking all that alcohol, my skin cleared up. Like, man, I just feel so much better. And especially when I cut out all the alcohol, plus I cut out all that sugar. Like, both of these things it causes a lot of inflammation inside the body and the brain, okay? And so this is not just about losing weight. This is also about just your overall quality of life. You having energy. You being able to have, just being able to enjoy life. You can't really enjoy life if you feel like shit all the time. You can't enjoy life if you're tired. You always got brain fog. Because if you're tired all the time, you fuck around and fall into a depression. That would be happening to you. Fall into ruts so much easier. You have so much more anxiety because you're trying to use alcohol and weed as like a coping mechanism. You can't do that, guys. You can't. I've been on both sides of it, using alcohol and using the MJ to try to cope with my stress. But I just noticed that shit was getting worse. I'm like, man, I thought I was going to start feeling better, but I actually feel worse. I have worse anxiety. I feel even more overwhelmed. I feel even more stressed. I feel even more tired. I'm like, in that moment, it might make me feel good when I'm doing it, but days later, it takes me a long time to recover. And so I'm like, I can't be living like this. And so you gotta get to a point in your life where you like, man, you gotta draw a line in the sand. If you want shit to change, you gotta be that change. If you want things to change about your weight, your energy, your life, your finances, your health, man, you gotta change something about what you're doing. Because if you just keep making excuses, you keep pushing that shit off, procrastinating, shit gets worse. Don't nothing stay the same. You either getting better or worse. All right. But again, nothing wrong with drinking a little bit of alcohol to enjoy yourself from time to time. But you definitely need to have some type of structure and being disciplined with that structure. You know, like I see a lot of things in passing as I'm talking. Like, for example, I only drink alcohol once, maybe twice a week. See how I do that? I'm not drinking alcohol every day. You see what I'm saying? And some weeks I don't even drink alcohol because I know if it might take me 2 or 3 days to start feeling better again. So I may do it on a Friday or a Saturday because I know that next day I'm not having to get on podcasts and do the things I do during the week. You see what I'm saying? And so, you know, if you want to live a good life, you want to enjoy your life, you want to feel good, you want to feel good about your appearance, you got to start factoring these things in. All right, because alcohol, it can cause a lot of self-sabotage. It can cause you to gain a lot of weight and other health issues. But if you do it within reason, if you do it with some discipline, you be good to go. You be Gucci. All right, we out of here. Hopefully y'all found this helpful. Let's get it. Yo, appreciate you for tapping in and listening to the podcast episode today. Hopefully you found it valuable. And if you did and you want to learn more about how I can help you lose the big ass stomach, transform your body, and get your health on point, DM me real results over on Instagram at JJacksonOfficial for more information. And I'll reach back out to you to do what I can to help you hit those health and fitness goals. Let's get it.